I don't care what anybody tells me. I'm going to be doing this song daily for the next month. I don't care which channel has played it. I don't care if people tell me I shouldn't be playing it because the market's sad or whatever. It's just, it's what's going to happen. I'm going to be playing it. What's up? Welcome, everybody. It is a wonderful Friday. What a beautiful Friday. Look at this. Oh, what a beauty. We're on the 1 minute chart today because the 1 minute chart is the most beautiful chart of them all. It's the chart that we all know and love. That feeling we didn't buy enough on the dip. I was yelling at the top of my lungs. People are telling me, oh, why aren't you sad today? Why aren't you sad today? Look at what we did. Oh, what a beauty. It's not like I go every video and I'm like, I'm buying XRP. I'm buying XRP. You know, some YouTubers are just like, every single video we're buying XRP. Somehow we have unlimited funds. No, this is like the first time I've said it in forever. I set a limit order at $1.20. I mean, this is the only time, right? I said there was going to be a Bitcoin correction target of 60 to 65. I feel like a quant today. I feel great because that is literally exactly what happened. I mean, like, I couldn't have played it better. We got filled on our position. Check this beautiful chart out. We hit all the way. Look at this bottom. Look at this bottom. $60,000. I mean, that was it. Right there, that was it. It hit the exact bottom that I predicted. I don't usually get these right all the time. I'm usually wrong by like 10, 15%. You know, I always have leeway, but no. We hit like exactly where we should have hit, which is an absolute beauty. Let me actually share my screen here so you guys can see it even better. So boom. Now you can see my drawings. What a beauty, though. I mean, so we hit the 60K. We got the bounce. Now, there are two ways this plays out. So I saw on prediction markets, they had 4 different scenarios. The first one is, push higher. Let me write that. The second scenario was chop, which means go sideways, which is very boring. We don't like sideways. The next one is retest lows. And then the last one is death. Imminent death. Now, here are the likelihoods that I have for everything here. So push higher, I've got about probably, 30%. Okay? I got pretty good odds here. For chop, I've got probably 40%. And then retest our lows, 70%. So we got probably another 30%. So we're still in a pretty uncertain market. I mean, we haven't broken past any ranges. We're still in the middle of this range that we just created right now from 70 to 60. However, that is a lot of volume. That is a lot of volume. Not something we can just ignore. This is a boatload of volume. It's not like, so usually when you have these big spikes in the market, it'll be during a time where there's really just not a lot of volume. There's not a lot of reason to be excited. No, this came in just pure high octane gains mode. We had, what is this, $140 billion worth of volume on Bitcoin. For the guys that are saying we're in an extended bear market, it would only be true if volume on Bitcoin died off, attention died off, and then, slowly over time, we had the big pump because people get so depressed that they're not doing anything. No, this is like a bull market pump. It's really weird. We're in a really weird time right now. This is like a bull market pump because it's just coming with so much volatility that it's looking real good. It's looking real good. So yeah, right now we're at $69,000. I think if we're looking at the Wall Street cheat sheet, which I like looking at the Wall Street cheat sheet because it gives us kind of a good place to talk about things. This is a very low quality image, but we like low quality images. So a lot of people think we are in denial, but let's put this in black. This is denial, right? When the chart's going down, it's like my investment is going to come back. No one's thinking that, though. We were in denial back in Q4. Q4 was denial. There's no way right now we're in denial. And for the guys that were angry, I mean, we were angry at like 78 to 85K. That's angry. Like, I'm angry because how did the government let this happen? How in the world is this happening? No way we're in anger. I think we're in depression. I think we're in the second to last phase before the big run. which is pretty much where the bottom is established. Depression is when my retirement money is lost. How can we pay for all this stuff? I'm an idiot. that's where we're at right now. So I have the opinion that we're very close, if not already at the bottom. If we do get to a lower place, so historic values that Bitcoin would have to hit for another run to happen, usually somewhere around 60% on a correction is kind of like as far as we usually go, maximum, which would be somewhere around, 50K to like 55K. That would be like, if we're following history, 50K to 55K. I do not think this is going to happen, though. I think we're like pretty much there. Like we might hit 58 to 60K. Like we might have a retouch of the bottom, maybe. But I'm very like pressed on the fact that DAT companies are just buying too much Bitcoin and the market's just going to keep going up and to the right. That's really what's going to happen here. So for the people getting ready, this is like the time to lock in. I believe the next couple of weeks are going to be very important for crypto holders. This isn't just coming from a guy that's like, I don't know, a YouTuber and just wants to say things are always like big breaking news. One, because I kind of don't care. I mean, I'm going to be here for years. So if I'm not right, you're not going to be a very happy person. But the more important reason is, I mean, $1.52. Not bad. Not a bad recovery. I made a video right now talking about what's going to happen next. And I'm not going to be going over the entire video because that's not what this live stream is for. Instead, I'm just going to be looking at what happens next because I think that's going to be a pretty interesting thing to talk about. So I think we're right now in the midst of a relief rally. So there are two possibilities here. One is, of course, dead cat. So dead cat is when we have complete capitulation, right? And then we have a massive V-shaped recovery, but it doesn't hit. It just like barely almost gets to the recovery point, and we retest new lows and go lower. That's what a dead cat is. Now, that is actually like there's a pretty good likelihood that we've hit dead cats before, so a dead cat can happen again. Historically, like we have support that dead cat can definitely happen. And then there's of course the breakout. So we need to hit previous zones. So we have the capitulation or whatever happens, and then we have recovery, and then we hit resistance, and boom, 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 up and to the right. These are the two scenarios that are going to happen. I am not convinced we're going to get chop. I'm not convinced what happened earlier this year is going to happen again. Where like we go down and then it just stays here for a while, and then we might have like a scam pump into like another down, and then it just kind of chops in the same range forever. What's up, Calvin? How you doing? Just right on time. Pretty much. I mean, 8 minutes in. It's pretty good. Pretty good. So I am not convinced we're going to be getting chopped. I love that dog. Your PFP is amazing. So it's like, I love that dog. He's just like golden. Anyway, so I'm not convinced we're gonna get chopped. There's no way we get chopped because there's too much volume. This is like, if there's no volume, then we're gonna get this. These are the only possible scenarios on volume. Right now, we are in clear breakout volume. So for the band camp that says nothing's gonna happen, I think either we retest these lows again immediately, or we're gonna go higher. And we're going to go back to a previous range. That's what's going to happen here. Something's definitely breaking out here. We're already retesting this range right now as we speak. When I was making my video in the morning, we were like $66,000 in Bitcoin. We're at 69,000. It's been what, 2 hours? It's just moving thousands of dollars every single hour right now. There's so much volume right now. JP Morgan talked about the fact that they believe that Bitcoin is going to be a greater long-term investment than gold at this moment. This means that clearly they see gold is just overvalued. Bitcoin is undervalued relative to where it should be. And so from a long-term perspective, this is the time to be stacking these things. I'm not telling people to go all in. I think that is silly. Going all in on any speculative asset has a lot of risk. But there's definitely a time to position in the market. I mean, it's just obvious it's a time to position in the market. When XRP is at $5, I'm not going to tell people this is the time to buy XRP. I'm going to tell people I told you guys to get XRP at $1.50. Not at $5. Like the risk to reward at $1.50 is way different from $5. Way different. Way different. So yeah, I mean, that's kind of where I'm at right now. If you guys want to go ahead, leave a like on the stream, comment your questions, would be greatly appreciated. Thank you all for tuning into the stream. Always appreciate it. I'm trying to make it a daily thing because, so my idea is I wake up, I check the crypto news, I may or may not do a trade or something, and then I post about it because I want to reaffirm my thesis. And I'm like, okay, well, might as well increase my network, so let me post about it. And then afterward, after I post my video, why not do a live stream on the current market? I mean, that just makes a lot of sense to me. So that's kind of the workflow that I've been going through, and also what I hope you would enjoy. What's my prediction on HBAR? So HBAR is in no man's land right now. It's getting close to a pretty good spot though. So HBAR has been losing dominance against a lot of the other cryptos out there, especially Bitcoin. If I can go to Trading View, you can HBAR BTC. What is this chart? Okay, here it is. So last pump we had back in late 2025, I mean, HBAR got so much strength against Bitcoin, but it's just been losing a lot of that strength, and it hasn't really regained that. We're testing a channel right now because it's kind of just following what most altcoins are doing. When XRP pumps, typically speaking, we're seeing a pretty big balance on HBAR, and that's usually what happens for HBAR. That's not a bad thing at all. That's just chasing the narrative. So if you're bullish on XRP, you're bullish on HBAR. So we're testing a channel right now. The channel is 10 cents. 10 cents is our channel on HBAR for the resistance. And of course, support is 0.6. So 0.06 is our resistance. So we're just playing around right now. Market makers are people that are paid in a large amount of tokens to defend a price at a certain point. What I have a theory that every single time we've seen HBAR hit 10 cents, market makers have defended that price. And so if we get a sustained break above 70,000 on Bitcoin and HBAR goes above 10 cents, it's a very easy buy level. It's a very easy buy level for HBAR. So anything above 10 cents in a sustained period is very, very bullish for HBAR because those prices are what's being defended by HBAR right now, by the people that are holding the coin, by the people that are the market makers for the coin. Like 10 cents is the range that you want to be in for HBAR. Anything below that, I've noticed that they kind of let the price slide, which is why we've been seeing these big price slides on HBAR below 10 cents. But you'll kind of notice that it gets pushed pretty aggressively afterward back to that range specifically. Like you keep seeing 10 cent get hit over and over. Look at this. Look at this. 10 cent, 10 cent, 10 cent, 10 cent. Just like over the past couple of days, just keeps getting hit over and over and over and over again. So yeah, that's kind of the range that we're looking at for HBAR. If we can sustain 10 cents, it's going to be looking pretty good for anybody on HBAR, especially if we get an overall market rebound. Like it's free money. It's free money right now. There were so many people that were complaining to me about the fact that they bought HBAR at 30 cents and then they wish that they'd bought at 6 cents or 10 cents. But whenever the prices actually get down to these levels, just very few people actually buy. So this is a good buy level. If we get a sustained break above 10, I'd probably just wait for the break above 10. We're on a range bound, but we're at the higher end of the range. So if we do get a break, it's probably going to go much higher than 10 cents. So just waiting to see. The volume is really good right now. The momentum is really strong right now. So the odds are in our favor. Like if you were longing right now, the odds would be in your favor for sure. But they're also kind of still wishy-washy. It's hard to trade in these ranges. Very, very difficult. I haven't taken any long positions since HBAR was at, I think, like 30 cents. It's been a while since I've done a long on HBAR. So I haven't taken any positions on HBAR other than just buying the actual coin itself. I haven't done any futures positions since like 30 cents because it's a pretty difficult coin to trade when it breaks its ranges. Because after it breaks, because the ranges are really wide. Like the last range was 25 to 18 cents. When that broke, it was just, how do you trade that? It's all over the place. Of course, my friend. Always happy to answer. And if you guys have any other questions, always happy to go ahead and answer them. I'm trying to right now curate videos based on some of the things that I get asked the most. For example, this was a very common one. People kept asking me about the Jake Claver domino theory. He's not the first one to talk about the domino theory, but he is nonetheless someone that does like to talk about these very crazy price predictions for coins like XRP. XRP. I mean, the lower bound range for his price prediction was $100 to like $10,000 per coin. It's just a bit ridiculous to tell the average person investing into crypto for the first time that doesn't know anything about crypto that this coin is going to go up 10,000 How many percents is that? It's like a ridiculous amount of percents in a very short period of time. It's just a bit ridiculous to tell people that, because people that aren't informed, they're just going to buy at these heightened prices and get grifted. That's all that's going to happen here. That's all that is going to happen. And so let's look at some of the things that we can look forward to on these coins. So XRP's long term still looks pretty strong. So today we got China news. We got China news today. So China has reiterated that they do not like RWA. And they also do not like stables, because I guess that takes away from their dominance of the yuan. I'm like, okay, that's fair, I guess. You know, it's very centralized, very controlled state. So China did that, and I found that to be very, very, very interesting, because the US was kind of doing this different thing. The Treasury, the man at Treasury, he went ahead and said, you know, we need to get the Clarity Act passed. And the Clarity Act is going to be very important because it gives, like the name implies, clarity in the crypto markets and allows for the next big pump to happen. I want to look at the poly market odds on the next pump. Let's go ahead and look at that. So the Clarity Act signed into law has about 60% chance right now. Not a lot of volume. Just people are not very, I don't know, there's too much uncertainty surrounding this. So the problem with the Clarity Act is that the Dems need to have yes votes. So the Republicans are all voting yes because of course they want this thing to get passed, but 7 Dems need to say yes in order for this to pass. And of course, the things that the Dems are asking for, these guys always fight each other all the time. So it takes forever for these things to pass. So yeah, we need 7 Dems to vote yes on this for the Clarity Act to pass and for the next crypto giant run to happen, essentially, for DeFi and altcoins. And that's what's going to make HBAR pump to the moon and all these coins like World Liberty Finance. We have World Liberty Finance famous here. Hit them with the skinny bill. Yeah. Listen, I need to lose like 20 pounds before I'm in the skinny bill. We're still in the semi-jacked build. The semi-jacked build. Let's go. Now I've been hitting the gym pretty much every day. Every day I'm doing something different. And I think I'm gonna hit my goals by mid this year. If I follow current projections, I'm gonna be at my goals by mid this year. What I learned is that I spent too much time just focusing on the crypto markets, but I didn't spend any time taking care of myself. So one of the problems we Americans have is a lack of education surrounding healthy food. We just kind of eat trash all the time. We eat so much trash. It's crazy. And I was included in that. I mean, I was eating all kinds of trash. I mean, even yesterday, Trump announced, it was what, Trump RX? Trump RX is for the people that want to essentially get fat loss drugs. So where is this? Here it is. So they have lower prices on drugs, on prescription drugs, like what is it, Wegovy and inhalers. I think they also have it for like Ozempic, et cetera, et cetera. I mean, this is good. I mean, if you're really like, I'd rather someone take this that's really fat versus just being really fat. So I guess the cons outweigh the pros if you're already skinny, but I don't know. I'm really 50-50 on this, honestly. I'm not really convinced. I'm just more convinced people need to take care of themselves more. People need to take more time to focus on themselves versus just going ahead and... What is this? The trader that claims they bought the Pico bottom last night. What is... I kind of want to watch this. I'm sorry, boys. We have to watch this. I need to make more of these. I need to make this shit. What is this? This is the stuff that CT does these days. Like, this is their thing. So you actually referenced something for real. So MicroStrategy 8K. MicroStrategy was talking about their liquidation price. today. Here it is. I found it. Check this out. Let me make sure the volume's on in this. Yeah, it is. Check this out.
You know, Bitcoin needs to go down to $8,000 a coin and sit there for 5 years up until 2032 before we really have a problem being able to satisfy the convertible note. So thank you for pointing that. You know,
yeah, they're not going anywhere. I don't know who in their right mind thought that Bitcoin was going to collapse because of MicroStrategy collapsing this year. I don't know who got it in their mind that that was a thing that could happen. It's not going to happen. MicroStrategy CEO says even if Bitcoin could drop to $8,000 and stay there until 2032, the company would still face no liquidity issues. That is like, they do not care about what is going on in the market right now. Too many people are short-sighted. They're commenting stuff like, oh, MicroStrategy is down $8.6 billion unrealized at Bitcoin price of $64,000. Why don't we look at that right now? How much they're down? Let's go. So today's value, $49 billion. So their unrealized P&L is down 8%. So they're down $4.5 billion. But they also hold $49 billion worth of this crypto. That's a lot. I mean, their MNAV right now is under 1. This is a very attractive price for strategy stock. If you guys haven't been in the stock market lately, I mean, it has just been a bloodbath in the crypto sector. Just blood. I mean, they've been down even more than Bitcoin, which I think is pretty crazy. They're going to have a major rebound this year. And that major rebound is going to cause more buys on Bitcoin and push the Bitcoin price even higher. So that's where I'm at in terms of the crypto sector and pretty much the update for today, my friends. Thank you so much for joining the channel. That's going to be it. Make sure you subscribe, like. I'll be doing these every now and then. As always, stay classy, and that's all.